Hello and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor and our Ironman challenge. Now when we left off we were, well, pretty much on the offensive because we have taken a castle very far away from our current territory, which is a bit of a pickle in my opinion. But anyway, we're in a battle here against a RAVENSTERN vassal. I was actually just at Talon Castle nearby to Malians, trying to defend it against an overwhelming force of RAVENSTERN vassals. They had one vassal that had over 350 units by himself. So I can only imagine what it would have been like to tackle every single one of them. But thankfully, they actually ended up retreating. Not entirely sure why they decided to do that, to be honest. I think they had a pretty decisive advantage, but of course I was stationed in the garrison there, as well as Archon Roland, and he has about 120 or 125 units in his army. And then, of course, we have the garrison as well on top of that. So maybe they didn't fancy their chances so much going into a battle like that, which is absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what I would like to see is, well, maybe a little bit more aggression on the AI's part, because I'm kind of just waiting there, you know. I waited in the garrison for about 2 days, literally just waiting for them to make a move, and they decided against it every single time they went there. And they were kind of a little bit iffy with their decision making, because they were like, oh, are we going to go in? Are we not going to go in? And then they decided against it in the end. But otherwise, I think they're probably going to be heading over to our recently conquered fief. That is probably going to be the thing that they'll try to do, I would assume, at the very least. I mean, that kind of makes sense considering the garrison is actually very, very lightly defended in comparison to the one at Talon Castle. And by the way, I don't know whether you noticed, but I actually don't have a shield right now. I just have 2 batches of arrows for my archery skill right here, because obviously I was expecting to do a siege defense, but I decided to catch this guy out, and I obviously did not equip a shield in the meantime. But as you can see, this is just an absolute bloodbath for the opponent. Literally, we've already killed 112 of his units and counting. And now I've got to be careful here because I have no shield, as I've already said. And this is going to be a bit interesting because can you imagine? I run in here without a shield and then end up dying, literally just because I don't have one. That is risky, you know, it's pretty risky. But personally, I feel like if they're going to take me out, then they're going to take me out with a shield or without a shield. It really doesn't matter either way, because it's probably going to be a tactical error on my part more than anything. You know, it's really not going to be the fact that I don't have a shield. You know, let's just say I'm against, I don't know, 30 RAVENSTERN rangers or something like that, and I'm charging into their lines by myself without a shield. That's probably going to result in my death unless I'm exceedingly lucky or quick. But thankfully I don't have to deal with that because there are not that many rangers in this guy's army, and we shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Now, there are about 15 days until the next Noldor tournament, and I would love to be able to get another Qualis gem. I haven't gotten a Qualis gem from a Noldor tournament in quite some time. Not entirely sure why that is, to be honest. This guy's a martial personality, but we're just going to continue letting them go for obvious reasons, and we'll just take the loot. I do have a baggage train as well in my inventory right now because I really kind of need it. I'm actually running out of food almost instantly. As you can see, there's the vassals that were running away from Talon Castle. And let me see if I can go into Malians and maybe buy some. Oh yeah, okay, so they do have some food. There we go. I'm gonna buy some honey as well, a little bit of honey, just to make sure that we have a little bit of extra morale to help us out. I'm actually gonna sell this horse right here because I actually am a little bit over encumbered by the amount of horses I have. And otherwise, we will just sell the rest. I did manage to get this baggage train from a tavern keeper in exchange for 2 various loot. And that is literally because I don't have a baggage train from anywhere else. So there's also that. Anyway, let's just replace my arrows, my additional arrows with my shield. That's actually fine. Let's go into the tavern real quick. Mercenary sharpshooter. This guy we can sell our prisoners to. And, oh yeah, there we go. Ah, no, I actually don't want to ask you about that. I want to ask about that. Thank you very much. Okay, so first things first, best thing to do is look for the victory progress. So as you can see, the Mist Mountain Barbarians are actually looking pretty bad right now. They're actually destroyed, quote unquote, but we need to get them to obliterate it. That is the thing that we need to do. As you can see, every other minor faction must be obliterated. Ah, or destroyed, with no outstanding minor faction armies or heroic personalities on the map. So obviously there is a Mist Mountain army still on the map, but I'm a bit worried about eliminating them completely from the game. So if I were to eliminate Mist Mountain army, I'm not entirely sure if that is going to stop the other unique spawns from appearing. For example, well, our friend Wolfbode the Slayer, I would hope that we would be able to maybe take him prisoner once again, but he's going to be kind of slippery at the moment because I haven't actually seen him return ever since he was destroyed beforehand. But as you can see right here, how much else do we have? We have Q to the Ravager. He has literally just spawned, and I would assume that means he has about 400 units or so. It's really variable. I think he can have between 350 and 450 or 500, something along those lines. And then Warlord Zolkar, haven't seen him in a while, but we're very close by to Jatu territory, so it might make sense for us to head over there and see if we can find him, because he's probably taken part in quite a few battles. The Dread Legion is probably not going to be something I will be willing to attack at the moment, because as far as I'm aware, they are still at full strength. The last time that I went nearby to Sez, I think I saw them, they had over 1,000 units, and they had over 2,000 prisoners. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Otherwise, Barilgi the Usurper, no. Just no. Not going to be tackling him. He's just too powerful, in my opinion. And the Griffin Sword Adventure Company, that is led by Merrigan Kierlich, or something like that. And that guy, he's got, as far as I'm aware, 140 or so maiden adventurers among other adventurer-type units. So he's going to be really, really, really hard to take out at the moment, unless he is a little bit weakened. I don't know where he is, of course, but yeah, anyway. Character Renown Prestige 3,600, that's pretty nice. Base Prestige of Honor Troops 35. I think that's okay. My honor rating is now 100. Hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit better with that, and we are going to... we're gonna try and fight back against the Ravenstern. So I'm thinking we're gonna go and check on Warlord Zolkar, and then we will see if we can maybe take. Yeah. So they're gonna try and take that castle, aren't they? Yeah. Now this is actually a pretty good thing for us to do. Hello, Sir Timothy. Can you stop? Yes. Follow me, please. Yeah, I put him on patrol again so that he can just run around and do some damage. Ah, there we go. Mist Mountain tribes have gained some more armies. That's fine. But yeah, I don't know where Warlord Zolkar is going to be, because he could be anywhere in this area. And I don't really want to waste my food supplies and or time in attempting to search for him at the moment. So I think what I'll do instead... Should we launch a surprise attack against Poinsbrook? I don't know whether that's a good idea, to be honest, because if we do end up doing that, and then Wolfbode comes back. Actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, because if Wolfbode comes back, then we can literally just fight him in our own little, oh dear, our own little area there. Jatu army before us right here. They have so many strong units. Yeah, that's... Is this problematic, actually? How many do they have? Oh, I think, you know, if there weren't any vassals in Poinsbrook, I think we would actually be able to take it relatively easily. I'm going to go and take Taloncrag Castle then instead, and we'll try and just expand our presence in the area a little bit. And we'll see. 411, that actually doesn't seem too bad. They have 86 prisoners. Let's just see whether it's... Yeah, okay. We'll do it. I was basically going to determine whether to go in here based on what kind of equipment we were going to be provided with, because if it was a siege tower, forget it. I'm out of there, you know. But thankfully, it is not, and we will be able to do something with Sir Timothy's knights. Let's do this. Okay, so let's lead our soldiers in this... Whoa, wait a minute. This is the castle? Right. Well, this is interesting. I don't know how we're supposed to do this, because on the one hand, it seems extremely weak in regards to its defense, but on the other hand, it seems really dangerous, because if you go a little bit close, you're going to get murdered by something. There's just so many different ways that you can be attacked. And I would like to be able to eliminate that enemy. Oh, never mind, never mind. Alright, so my forces are pretty good at what they do when it comes to ranged combat. Obviously, we have such an overwhelming amount of units. Actually, we don't even have that many units because we have Sir Timothy's Knights with us at the moment. And that is, of course, going to make a big difference in the amount of ratios that we have. So, you know, archers and so on and so forth. That guy's trying to shoot me. I hope that we can maybe headshot him. Is he... Are you serious right now? Ugh. Now it's grinding my gears, you know? It's grinding my gears like no one's business, because I was like, I'm shooting at him, but apparently nothing's happening. Weird stuff going on there, but oh well. Yeah, I think you gotta aim a little bit to the left with this bow. And then you can kind of... Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I thought I'd figured it out. I mean, I've had this bow for such a long period of time. You would have thought that I would have figured it out by now. But anyway, I guess we should just charge in, right? I mean, we've already eliminated 44 of them. Let's do it. Why not? Let's just charge straight on in, apart from the archers, of course, being shot yet again. Thanks a lot. And we'll see what we can do here. Ooh, this is actually kind of harsh. Having the barrels right here is going to be a little bit problematic. I'm going to pick up a couple of arrows here while I still can. Getting shot? Are you serious? What did I get shot by? I had my shield up. Okay, that's kind of weird. Oh well, never mind. I'm sure my units will be able to get in there without too many difficulties. Cross fingers as they all get knocked unconscious within 2 seconds upon entering the little area there. Yeah, that seems to be a bit of an issue. Oh, apparently you can fall off the bridge here. Actually wondering, can I get in any other way? What is actually going on right now? Do you see how many people we're losing right here? This is crazy. Wow, I would not have expected that. I mean, this is not exactly the most dangerous fief, right? I mean, it doesn't seem like that to me, but contrary to popular belief, apparently this is one of the most deadly. Even though you wouldn't have expected it. I mean, just look at it. They've got wooden walls. They really have wooden walls. I mean, come on. That's kind of insane. Well, let's just try and eliminate the enemies. Oh, look at that. You can actually shoot through the wall a little bit there. Okay, I'm hopeful that my people will actually start getting inside. But I think I'm actually going to have to retreat from this. Which is not something I want to do, because we're going to lose honor. Are we? Yep. We're going to lose honor, and my controversy has increased, of course. But that is actually kind of silly. I think that is actually a very silly... very silly garrison. Not entirely sure how that even happened, to be honest. I mean, let's actually just take a quick look here. We only eliminated about 60 units, but we did kill all of their rangers, mostly. And... they still have archers remaining. They have a couple of wardens left. Their Keir guards and highlanders were apparently the main issue. Huh. I don't even know what to really say about that. That was actually kind of crazy. I was really not expecting anything of that magnitude. Like, they really did a number on us like no one's business. Are you seriously going to try and get in here? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mister. You're not going to get in there. Who are you? Oh, your cunning reputation. Alright, well, let's just take this guy out. He's got 213. I find it so weird how, in general, taking this castle is super difficult, but eliminating any of their vassals is super easy. Oh well, never mind. I guess it is the defender's advantage. That's literally what we are getting here. Let's put our people down here, archers here, cavalry here. There we go. Seems pretty good. Now, I'm not going to initially open up shooting the opponent because I don't want to get shot at my current HP level. Again, we really do not want to die, although I am going to risk it. Shall we risk it? for a biscuit. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not really doing much. Oh, there's a horse. Yeah, that is not really working out too well, is it? Now, I think... Okay, so I'm going to ask a question here. Is the reason why we did really badly there Sir Timothy's units? Because it might be. That would be kind of silly, to be honest, because Sir Timothy's units are actually pretty solid. They're pretty good at what they do. But maybe it's because we don't have our own units in there, and... You know, if I have to say something about my own units, I'd say that they're pretty good, you know? They're relatively high tier, most of them, and they are pretty much battle-hardened. And Sir Timothy's units, I think, are also, but they seem a bit weird. It seemed a bit weird how they were getting all eliminated so incredibly easily. Not entirely sure why that was, but oh well, never mind. I guess we'll head in there once again a little bit later on, and we'll see if we can do something about that. Maybe we can end up taking it or something. But yeah, I'm just going to try and distract as many of the cavalry as possible while our own cavalry actually head in there. And yeah, try not to get lanced in the face. As you can see right there, that was almost a death. Did you see that? That guy was lancing us like no one's business, and we were just like, oh, so sorry. Yeah. My shield will prevent all damage. Well, not all damage, as we've seen. But yeah, quite a bit of it. But thankfully, my distraction has worked. Yeah, I feel like that is exactly what it is, though. The Knights of the Unicorn are exactly that. Knights. They're on mounts. And as a result, it makes it so much easier for them to win in a battlefield situation in comparison to a siege. But I wouldn't have expected them to be so much worse in a battlefield situation in comparison to a siege. So, well, the other way around, I mean. I wouldn't have expected them to be so bad in a siege in comparison to a battlefield. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, they're mainly good because they have mounts and everything, but their stats and their armor, they're all pretty solid. So, it's just kind of weird to me that really didn't work out too well. But, oh well, never mind. I guess that kind of proves that maybe it would have been not possible to take Poinsbrook itself, because Poinsbrook obviously is the main prize in this area here, and it would have been fantastic for us to be able to take it, but as it stands, if we're unable to take such a, I don't know, diminutive fief from the Ravenstern like this, you know, I mean, it's a very small little castle with wooden walls, and we're still not able to take it for some reason. So, I don't know. But otherwise, I think we are done here. Yep, we are. There's only 3 enemies remaining. Hopefully, we'll be able to eliminate them relatively soon, and then we can head on. I am still wanting to try and take Talloncrag Castle, to be honest. But then I think to myself, well, why am I doing it? Well, the main reason why I'm doing it is so that maybe we can draw out the vassals that are currently in Poinsbrook, so that we can maybe have a go at taking them down, but well, maybe that's not gonna happen. We'll see. Alright, let's just take all the prisoners. Thank you very much. I'm actually gonna make a brief stop over to Rain because I am thinking I am running out of food right now. And let's have a look. Yeah, no, I've still got quite a bit left, but I'm gonna buy a whole bunch to stock up anyway. It's very necessary in my opinion, and we'll just sell the rest of what we had there. And I'll go into the tavern as well, because you never know, you might find some really, really good units. You might be able to ask for some rumors and things. And I'll take the Maiden Warders, even though they're going to take quite a while to level up. They will eventually level up into some good units that will be able to assist us. Okay, so let's head back to Talloncrag. I'm still kind of shocked, to be honest, about that whole situation, but... Lord Gustav is there now. Are you serious? Okay, well, I'm going to go somewhere else then. Lord Gustav is not going to stop me, thank you. It seems like the Dashar are now declaring war against Salian. That's absolutely fine. Jatu army, please do not get attacked, Sir Timothy, by the Jatu. That would be appreciated. And instead we're going to go for Castle Alden. Let's see. American Kierlich was actually defeated. I'm surprised. I would not have expected that whatsoever because, as I say, he is quite dangerous with all of his rogue knights and adventurers and so on and so forth. I feel like he is quite dangerous, but I would assume that he was just outnumbered by something. But whatever it is, I will never know. I will never know what it is. So anyway, let's head into Castle Alden then. And this is maybe a little bit easier for us. Amazingly enough, stone walls. Who would have thought that that would be easier than wooden ones? But there you go. All right, this is, yeah, I think this is probably going to be pretty nice because our units are going to be able to take out the... we might be able to take out the archers a little bit easier. As you can see, we're actually losing quite a few. Anson, are you serious, Anson? Why do you do this to me, Anson? It's kind of amusing how Anson and Leslie both get taken out first. Not entirely sure why that would be. Try and take out that Highlander, thank you very much. Yeah, now the problem is that they all have shields, as you can see right here. Alright, so how many do they have in here again? They have like 360 or something like that, so we shouldn't have that big a problem. And you can see already, I mean, you can see already what we've done here. Just so many kills. Alright, let's not be let's not be that risky. 51 damage. That was a headshot. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Well, I'm pretty happy with what I was able to do there. I did take out quite a few of them. And I'm thinking we're probably going to charge in relatively soon here. I'm going to charge everyone in, actually, because the enemy is going to... Yes, the enemy is now receiving reinforcements. I actually hoped that I'd be able to time that just a little better. But, unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, I've got to be careful. I've got to be careful. I literally only have, like, what? I don't know. 30 HP remaining? Something like that? Wow, that's a lot of... Okay, yeah. Let's be careful. Let's be careful. I'm not wanting to die here. That's for sure. I'm actually wondering, can I get in through here? No. Of course. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Not a problem. And what's really cool about this layout is that there are 2 ladders. I really like the fact that the developers put in 2 ladders for this particular siege. It is just so much more fun. And now I can actually get in here without too much risk. Speaking of risk, now I get shot in the face. Yeah. But we're doing okay. We're doing all right. So let me see if I can take out that enemy right there. There we go. I think we're actually good. I mean, just the sheer fact that we got in here. What? I mean, we actually got in here. I mean, because, you know, in the other place, we didn't even do that. So being able to actually get into the battlements is a big deal. Because if you can't do that, you're just going to get murdered in the bottleneck 6 ways from Sunday. And it's just going to be one of those things that you just can't do anything against. And thankfully, now we don't have to worry about that too much. Although I say too much because we are still worried about it. So let me see if I can actually do a little bit of damage here. As you can see, some archers are actually firing from across the way there, and I don't really like that. So if I can try and eliminate them a little bit. Hello. What are you doing here? Dodging all my shots, apparently. That's what you're doing. Okay, so let me just take a couple of arrows. There we go, just a few. Yeah, there's a lot of archers on that other side there, and I can't really do that much about them because I don't really want to get shot myself. And as you can see, I just use my arrows super fast as well. So that is a bit of an issue too. But hopefully all of my units are just going to get knocked unconscious and not actually killed. As you can see, most of them are being knocked unconscious right now. I guess that's Anson's surgery skill at work. And yes, there we go. We have finally gotten through the other side, and they are actually starting to destroy the archers contingent there. That's very, very good. And I think, oh, I'm actually being focused down a little bit. Someone tried to shoot at me, but that's fine. New enemies have arrived. That is problematic. Yeah, as you can see, we've literally only eliminated 200 of them, and there's still 160 remaining. If only I had more arrows. Wait a minute. I do now. Oh, yes. Okay, let's be careful. Okay, I can't really risk it that much. I'm already risking it pretty harshly here. But I really, oh wow, this is actually getting a little bit problematic. If only I could get into melee. That is the main thing. If only I could get into melee. If I could get into melee, then it would make so much difference. More arrows. Yes. Phew. Alright. I was almost thinking I was going to get shot in the back there. Because that's what they do, you know. That's what they do. Okay, let's be a bit careful here. Is that guy shooting at me, actually? Is he? It doesn't seem like it. Okay. All right. Phew. I think that is actually it. I think that is indeed a victory for us. Very, very close. And it could still end in my demise. Bear that in mind, of course. But hopefully we will be able to survive the very small amount left. I think we are. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Now I can actually rest a little bit because I was very tense there. Thought to myself, oh, gotta keep my shield up, but I've also gotta, help out our units a little bit, because if I don't help out the units at all, they're going to literally just end up taking additional damage, and it's just going to be terrible. It's just going to end up being an absolute bloodbath for our side. Speaking of that, though, we did not lose that many. I'm actually kind of surprised. Look at that. It's pretty good. There's actually an enemy on this outside here. Goodbye. Yes. It's so super funny when the ragdolls just fall off. It's really cool. Anyway, there it is. Another 30 renown for us right there. 360 enemies taken down. And we will be able to take a small amount of loot. Oh, yeah. Give me all these. I can't take all of them? Are you serious? Okay, apparently I can't take all of them. So we'll just get rid of these. Mist Mountain Raiders. And we'll take the Ghazi Stalkers, Maiden Cavalry, Dervish, and Mist Mountain Shaman, Dawn Wyvern. They're all good. And then we'll just take the prisoners as well. And that is absolutely fine. Great. Okay, so this is really good. Now this means... I'm actually unsure what this means, to be honest, because we can either give it to Roland, which might be an idea, but I don't really want to do that, because then he's going to have to patrol in between RAVENSTERN territory and our territory, and he's going to have to run into Jatu territory, and that's going to be really bad for him. So I'm just going to defer appointment for the moment, and we'll see how we do with that, because there's 82 units in there. Going to go and say to Sir Timothy to go to Castle Alden, and he's going to rest up a little bit in there. Daughters of Person, no. Don't really need to worry about those, I don't think. But we have now taken that, which is actually very good. Okay, so there is actually someone attempting... Oh, our Iron Knights have... Oh, yes. They have been upgraded. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, I did actually start upgrading our Iron Sergeants and their helmets. So they are now going to wear some green helmets, which I thought was pretty much in keeping with their body armor, because their body armor is like a coat of plates in the green color. And I thought it would be pretty cool for them to have a green helmet as well, even though that is kind of the same coloring as the Rangers of the Clarion Call Knighthood Order, which I gotta say I'm not too pleased about, but, well, they're gonna look pretty cool. They're gonna look pretty cool after the upgrade, so I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. Otherwise, we now have to deal with a RAVENSTERN vassal here, and I don't know how we're gonna do here, but we'll hopefully be okay. I mean, I have half HP right now. Seems like the enemy does not actually want to come towards us. Understandable. Understandable. No problem at all there. And... we'll see if we can... he's not moving. He's not moving. We'll see if we can get into a good position a little bit further ahead. Aha. Okay, there he is. Okay, so I got to be careful here. Can't use the battle map too much, because that does actually disable your blocking, if you didn't know. So if you get the battle map up, you're not going to be able to use right click to hold your shield up. So that has been a couple of times I've done that, looking at my casualties or whatever in a siege, and then all of a sudden I get shot in the face because my shield is down. So yeah, that happens. Anyway, it seems now they're charging in. Yes, of course. Okay, well, let's just charge in our infantry cavalry, leave our archers where they were, and that is probably going to be fine. We should be fine. I mean, I don't think Lord Gustav has really anything to... Okay. Okay. I don't think he really has anything to damage me, but yes, he does. Of course he does. I mean, that is to be expected, right? Yeah. Very much. Okay, now, don't die. I'm very low in HP, bear that in mind, but hopefully my units will be able to deal with most of the damage, and I will try to stay alive as best we can. Yeah, take out that guy's horse at least. Yeah, the one thing that we have to be worried about is the enemy horse archers. You know, that's literally it. Because those guys are pretty sneaky about what they do. Oh, hello. I'm actually running into the enemy here. Oh, well, that's fine. As long as we don't take any damage, that's good, you know. A bit risky for my liking. Alright, only 10 enemies remaining. Yeah, so now that's exactly also what I'd like to say. It's just like, these enemies right here, they're not bad. That's the thing, they're not bad, but it is just the fact that we just have slightly higher tier units. But we are not strong enough to take on a unique spawn that has not yet been weakened. But we will be able to do that later down the line when we have our custom knighthood order units at a decent level. And I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that without that many Qualis gems. That's the thing. We seem to be in a bit of an impasse right here. And the main thing that is holding us back is the lack of Qualis gems. And so what we're going to need to do, I think, is probably just very much hope that a unique spawn that is easy to kill will spawn. For example, Wolfbode. No offense, Wolfbode. And also, hopefully, the RNG gods will bless us with a Qualis gem from the Noldor tournament or something like that, because it is all pre-rolled, so there's no reloading or anything like that. I can't reload anyway, even if I wanted to. But the point is that you can't reload even if you get a bad item from the tournament, because it is all predetermined. Otherwise, we're just going to let this guy go once again, gain some more honor, take all of that to sell, and oh yeah, there we go. I'll take these. Why not? Take those as well. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so that was a pretty successful episode. We did expand our territory a little bit into RAVENSTERN lands, and I will try to take Falcondark Castle next, and maybe I'll return to Taloncrag Castle after that. but Poinsbrook is going to be my main concern, because if we can take that, that is very adequately cutting off the rest of Ravenstern territory from them, and it's going to be a lot easier for us to sort of walk around here without worrying that there's a vassal around every corner. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.